The Chase Sapphire Preferred Card is the one credit card that everyone seems to recommend. But is it actually worth the hype? With so many new cards on the market, is it still the best beginner travel card, or is it just riding on nostalgia? Today we're going to look at the pros and cons, and 7 different factors you need to consider. It's not going to be a fit for everyone, but it's surprisingly adaptable. Big favor before we dive in is to hit the like button and share this with someone that's on the fence. Okay, let's start with the basics. This card does have a $95 annual fee. At the same time, you can earn up to $50 in statement credits each account anniversary year for hotel stays booked through Chase Travel. All you need to do is log in and book a hotel. What I like is that there's no minimum. That means you can use it for more affordable options, and that's fine. For example, $84 for DoubleTree in Dallas for May 18th. Also, in case you're curious, this matches the price on Expedia, Booking, Hotels.com, and even Hilton directly. Prices on Chase Travel is an interesting rabbit hole for another video, but you definitely can find equal prices. Best case, $95 annual fee, minus up to $50 hotel credit via Chase Travel for a $45 effective annual fee. You might want to adjust this number though for yourself, depending on how often you travel and maybe opportunity cost, but this is the best case. One interesting thing about Chase is how their cards interact. With a lot of other issuers, you're kind of stuck with a keep or cancel decision. That means you might want to be more hesitant about what cards you apply for, especially if you don't see yourself getting a ton of cards. The really cool thing with Chase is downgrades. If a card does not make sense after the first 12 months, you can downgrade to a different card. Within the core Chase family of cards, you have a few no annual fee options. So this is the Chase family of cards as of filming in June 2025. If needed in year 2, you can downgrade to the Freedom Unlimited or Freedom Flex, both of which have no annual fees. I have a ton of cards, and a big draw of this family dynamic is if I start my own family and stop traveling for 9 to 24 months, maybe 36 months, then I can downgrade rather than cancel. I think there is something nice about optionality. One of the most tangible benefits of the card is the intro bonus. The catch is to make sure that you don't overspend and to line it up with upcoming spend. For example, a new MacBook or camera or engagement ring. Most intro bonuses net you 10 to 15% in value. I'm more than happy to pay 1.82% to get it. Another tactic is paying taxes. For example, if you sold stock and have capital gains. IRS has partnered with platforms like Pay1040 that allow you to use your card to pay for a 1.75% fee. Ideally, you don't need to do this, but the math makes sense. The standard offers 60,000 bonus points after 5,000 spent on purchases in the first 3 months from account opening. As a statement credit or into your Chase checking account at 1 cent per point times 60,000 is 600 in value. 600 value divided by 5,000 spend is 12% return on spend. If you use it to book travel through Chase Travel, the value is even higher. Chase Travel is 1.25 cents per point times 60k points is 715 value divided by 5,000 spend is 15% return on spend. Numbers can look even better if you transfer to partners like Hyatt or Virgin Atlantic. This is perfect if you have first and business class flights on your checklist, or you just like being well rested after your flights. If you're debating the card and want to run the numbers for your situation, we do have a calculator that should pop up if you Google CSP worth it AskSebby. It basically lets you put in your spend and shows you how many points you get, and you can set your own values. All legal affiliate disclosures can be found below in the description box. On that note, if you want to learn about this card or pretty much any other card out there and you want to support the channel, we have links on the website AskSebby.com and also down below in the description box. Make sure the links are competitive, but otherwise it is a huge way to support the channel, so thank you in advance. Okay, let's move to multipliers. You get 5x on travel through Chase Travel, excluding the up to $50 hotel credit. You also get 2x on travel purchases broadly, you also get 3x on dining, and also 3x on online grocery stores, excluding Target, Walmart, and wholesale clubs. Also 3x on select streaming services. The multipliers are okay by themselves, but work best alongside other cards. You generally want to pair it with the Chase Freedom Unlimited and Freedom Flex, and this is unofficially known as the Chase Trifecta. The main draw being that the Freedom Unlimited is 1.5% on everything as a catch-all option. Freedom Flex, on the other hand, has rotating categories you can activate every quarter, where you can earn 5% on up to $1,500 in spend. Along with that, both cards also have other multipliers. 3% on dining and 3% on drug stores. Even though the marketing for the cards are cash back, you are earning points. Per the terms, each $1 in cash back is equal to 100 points. You might see cash back in marketing when referring to rewards you earn. The reason this matters is that they can be worth more. By holding the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card, you can increase the upside. You can transfer the points from the Freedoms to the Chase Sapphire Preferred and redeem for more value. With Chase Travel, you get 1.25 cents per point. That means 1.5x is 1.875% value, 3x is 3.75%, 5x is 6.25%. With that said, if you are booking with Chase Travel, you might want to opt for other cards. With the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you get 50% more value on travel redemptions, so 1.5 cents per point. In that sense, Sapphire Preferred does pale in comparison, but not when transferring to partners. Both the Sapphire Preferred and Reserve allow you to transfer your Chase points to partners. Both transfer at exactly the same rate. Chase has a ton of airline and hotel partners. Key ones for upside, for me at least, are going to be Flying Blue, Aeroplan, Singapore, Virgin Atlantic, and World of Hyatt. This is where you take your bank points and turn them into airline or hotel points. For example, turning 70,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points into 70,000 Virgin Atlantic. This is how normal people are flying first in business class, so if you're a P and you want that VIP experience, this is probably the easiest way. Like with everything, there is a downside, and it's the fact that you need to be flexible. You have to look for availability, and it often includes snap decisions and some travel flexibility. You don't have to travel right away, but it's easiest to find space 1 to 2 weeks out, or about 300 days out. So the way we're doing this is transferring to Virgin Atlantic, and they're partnered with ANA. You can then spend your Virgin points on ANA flights. As of June 2025, this is what the pricing looks like. So for example, from the Western US to Japan, it's 52.5k points for business class per way, and 72.5k for first class. ANA has arguably the best business class available right now, especially given the size of the seat, and also the reasonable number of points you need. First class is also solid, but I feel like it has a lot more competition. But yeah, still top 2 options for getting to Japan, and hard to really go wrong with either. Okay, so why does this matter? With 105k Chase points at 1 cent per point, that's $1,050 in statement credit or into Chase checking. At 1.25 cents per point, that's $1,312.50 via Chase Travel. With transfer partners, that's a round-trip business class flight on ANA, excluding taxes and fees. The cheapest business class option via round trip is $3,700, and this is with Zip Air. Zip Air is a low-cost airline, so you'll have to pay for additional things like checked bags. We're going, so we have to spend money anyways. If you want to fly ANA, which is a drastically better product to me, you're looking at $6,700 round trip, or about $3,350 per way. You can obviously argue this, but the points are unlocking a pretty experience, at least in my book. Other options that I'm a fan of would be hotels. I especially like ski and ski out resorts like the Park Hyatt Niseko. These might run $2,000 per night during ski season, or you can use 45,000 points per night instead. If you want to stay stateside, Grand Hyatt Deer Valley is a good pick too, probably the most underrated Hyatt property right now. Prices are cheaper, but also less points, so it kind of works out. Depends on you, but transferring out to partners offers outsized value. The fact that the Sapphire Preferred and Reserve are on an even playing field here means that you're not forced to go for the higher annual fee. Last up is travel insurance benefits. Won't get too into the weeds, but you have pretty good coverage. For example, trip cancellation and interruption insurance up to $10,000 per person or $20,000 per trip, lost luggage reimbursement up to $3,000 per person, trip delay reimbursement up to $500 per ticket for delays over 12 hours. For me, the key benefit is rental cars. Chase offers primary collision damage waiver on rental cars. This means that you can decline the rental car company's CDW and file with Chase without having to go through your own personal insurance first. A lot of other travel cards offer secondary coverage. So secondary means that it's secondary to your own insurance, primary means that you use it first, which can help on premiums. For some people, this perk more than covers the annual fee. Again, if you want to learn about cards, we have links on the website, AskSebby.com, and down below in the description box. Again, I'd recommend running the numbers for your situation because everyone is different. Calculator page should pop up if you Google CSP worth it AskSebby. If you made it to this point, leave a deer emoji in the comments down below and I'll try to heart it and also respond. What are your thoughts on the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card? Favorite features or perks? And how would you spend the points? Big favorite, thumbs up, share this, but otherwise hope you liked it. See you next time.